Do you have any funny anecdotes you can share with us during the project?
For Mozart?
Yeah, for Mozart.
Mozart. Yes. Well, I started off recording in a recording studio it's a really nice studio. I love it. It's right by my house. And I was able to get in a few. It was me and the producer, the engineer, basically. So I was, with COVID protocols, I was like, we can, just work this out, the two of us. And then they closed.
Oh,
So so they closed because there was an outbreak, and so they closed the entire studio, and they're not open yet. Even they're not even open yet. So I don't know. I think there was a bunch of different stuff, but that was a difficult thing to get through. So I bought his equipment and put it into my house. And now I have all of the equipment for a really cool recording studio upstairs. And that's how I finished the album. It was like a real resilience in a
oh
COVID
wow.
protocol studio. It was great to be able to finish it where I didn't really know if I could.
Do you think now you have all the equipment that you would produce more music and kind of get into a rhythm?
Yes,
Especially with
absolutely.
with the lockdown and stuff, you'll be able to just crack them out bit by bit.
Yes. We've been experimenting with EDM music lately. It's been a little fun. Yeah.
Mm,
Yes, anything's possible. Like a lot of people have home studios now.
that's
Um,
true. This is my home studio.
I was going to say that microphone looks very professional. Is that a Neumann?
It's no, it's I can't remember what it is now.
Oh, I don't know
It's a
either.
Rode NT2A.
A Rode. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking. Where's it telling me? There's actually big icon on. You can
Oh,
see
no.
it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rode NT2A.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
weirdly,
awesome.
I bought it because I mean, for a variety of reasons. Partly for doing these podcasts, partly
Yeah,
for doing voiceover work. It's great for meetings, but also for singing. I can't sing that well, by the way. I just do it for laughs.
for fun. That's what it's
Yeah,
all for. It's all
yeah.
for
I'm not going to crack open my vocal cords today, but
fun. No? Okay.
there's them on my YouTube channel if you want to take a look.
Awesome. Yes, I
And
will.
obviously from a critique point of view, you'll probably notice there's a bit of auto tune in there, but don't tell anyone.
Really? Oh no. There's no,
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
No,
That
yeah.
is industry standard to have auto tune on every song. Even if it
Yeah.
sounds like they don't have it, they do. It's a secret.
Yes. I've heard the same secret.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll cut that bit out of the edit just for keeping it a secret. So we talked about the science about the Arias in terms of the brain activity. Do you hope listeners will take more away from the album than what the science says?
I just, I want it to be relaxing. And if it's for you, then it's for you. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you. People have such immensely strong feelings about classical music, but I feel like nowadays people are using music as like a tool, and particularly classical music can be used as a tool. So if you want to clean your whole house and you don't have the focus, or you use classical music to just chill your brain out, or if you want to study for your test and you just really want to have you want to have a calm, clear brain, then you can use classical music as a tool. um, if you're feeling anxious, they did another interesting study about people who are in the middle of an anxiety attack, and classical music was one of the things that helped to calm their brain. I know people who listen to classical music all night while they're sleeping, you know and I feel like it's a nice tool.
Ria said to me actually that she listens to your album when she goes to sleep.
That's awesome. That makes me so happy.
That's that was where I said that. I realised it didn't sound very positive, but
No,
it came
it
in
is
the most
positive.
complimentary way possible.
It
Yeah.
is absolutely positive. And I also hold no connection to where my music goes and what it does. It's out there, and however it feels close to you, or if it does or if it doesn't, it's best as a musician to let it go. you know? And I just know that for me, it's relaxing in the nighttime. You have all these thoughts. You're like, I have to go to dinner, and I have to do, and it just helps you to, align the brain waves.
Yeah. So what is your takeaway based just from your album? Like when you listen to it throughout, what do you feel? How do you respond to that? Is it the same way?
No, it isn't, because as an artist, we are so as a artist, we are so self-critical. I hear every little thing that I want to change. I hear every little thing that I liked, but I could have it's still in the place where it's totally in my head of, the creation process of so after a while, I will be able to listen to it and enjoy it as like an art form, but it takes a while for me.
It makes me wonder, actually, when it comes to live performances, we've already talked about how, a live performance is better because you get a thicker range, I guess, of the vocal cords and stuff. But when it comes to recording it, you mentioned you were there for hours, days, recording, trying to perfect every moment.
Yes.
Does that in some way put more pressure on you for live performance, knowing that you were trying to get that perfection that you've been doing takes on for the recording in one sitting? And does that
Yes, it does. It totally does. It exactly does, because you have to make it sound like the album.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always sound like the album.
So how do you deal with that extra pressure then? Because you've only got one take of doing it.
I mean, you let it go. Some things you just let go, or you stress out about it. Also, that happens, I have to record, or I have to perform Una Donna on Easter. So I have been working on getting it beautiful in one take, however it comes, So after this, I'm going to be again working on practice. There's so much practice involved. And then the day of, I really just try to let it go, because I want to be just the vehicle for the music, right? If you get in your own head about it, you really lose the performance aspect of it. You want it to be enjoyed. It's a gift, right? It's just, you're the vehicle, and however it happens, however it comes out, it's just what was meant to be that day. And I try to be at peace with that, because that's the best way to be a storyteller,
Yeah, and I think that also goes with people who mime as well. It's like, yes, you can mime, but you don't get that raw feeling. I think having a live performance, however it sounds, it is that moment, and like you say, you're the vehicle on that day. So I think people can just relate to you better and connect with you better, and I think that's probably valued higher than actually how you perform it.
Yeah, you want to be lost in the moment, and you want to just be, yes. Yeah. And also people are more forgiving when you're in person, and unless it really goes to hell, which also happens, but, people understand that it's not going to be exactly as the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. I mean, personally, when I hear, like, even just going back to Star Wars again, I went to watch the orchestra live performing to like the movie and stuff, and you compare it to the album. Yes, it's the same song. Yes, you can kind of hum along to it, but you expect it to be different, and it does sound different. And I love that it does, because it gives you sort of like a refreshing take on how that music is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They're going to do crescendo in this section, and this section is going to be quieter. They held this part longer, and the conductor's interpretation is different.
And actually, I love the instruments as well, because they're instruments that you don't pick up on the album. When you see them and hear them being performed, you go, oh, wow. So that's because there's sometimes I even watch the orchestra, and you see the violinists going, like the clappers just, and I'm going, I can't really hear them, but I know they're doing something. And then sometimes they come in and you get their little solo piece, and you go, I would never known that was the instrument.
Oh, yes.
I just love that whole insight into it.
Finding out, yes. And there's a person there playing every single one of the pieces, and it's all coming together,
It's just a wonderful little journey to go on, really. Yeah.